Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is day 65 of my journey to learn Japanese. And the purpose of this series of live streams is to document my progress at learning Japanese, having started as a complete beginner. Now, my goal for today is to practice some more kanji. And so for that, we're going to be using the Lingo Command website. That's what we've got on screen here. And so I'm going to press start now and then go to the Japanese section of the website. And then here I'm going to go to the vocabulary section. And this is a series of topics, like vocabulary topics. And what I was practicing yesterday was verbs too. This is a list of 25 frequently used verbs in Japanese. And just explain what we've got on screen here. Basically, we've got this table with the English words in the left column and the Japanese words, the Japanese meaning in the right column. And if we want to know how the word is pronounced, we can just press here to do so.
運ぶ、切る、立つ。
And hi there, Charang Game 24, how are you doing? O genki desu ka? So yeah, that's how the words are pronounced. And at a click of a button, we can view this in hiragana and katakana, or even hiragana, katakana, and kanji. So what I want to do is I want to practice these first 11 verbs on this list that I studied previously. So let's select 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But yeah, thank you for joining the stream, Charangame24. Glad to have you here. And basically now we've selected these 11 verbs. So what we can do is we can take the quiz and basically that turns this into a series of questions. So you get the question in English and then you write the corresponding hiragana, katakana, and kanji as your answer. But I want to check the stroke order. So I'm going to select handwrite answers. And then also I'm going to apply random ordering. And what that does is it scrambles the order in which the questions are asked to kind of keep us on our toes. Because if you get the same series of questions over and over, you kind of get used to the ordering. Can you, normal sentences, so I think you basically mean like, can I practice some like phrases or something? And that's perhaps something I'll do later on the stream, but I think for now I'm just going to practice these. But basically, let's make a start. To bring is motte kuru, I believe. And so here we have this kanji with the reading of mo. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This has a reading of mo. And then notice the double T here. So this is going to use sokon, which is a half-size tsu. And then we have te here. So this is motte. And then kuru. Well, we've seen that before, right? That's like to come or to arrive. So what you just need to do here is write the kanji with the reading of ku. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this has a reading of ku. And then this is ru for a total of motte kuru. So let's submit our answer and take a look. Yeah, so that looks pretty spot on. And then, so to walk, I think that's aruku. A kanji for that. So there's a kanji with the reading of aru, and that would be this is tricky because I think you've got this horizontal line here, and then it's like 5, 6, 7, 8. The question is what's at the top, actually. I think this was the first stroke. That's the second. That's the third. This is the fourth. So let's try that from scratch. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So what we can do here is we can write the reading of the kanji. So this is ru, and then this is ku. And our stroke order was correct, so that's fantastic. So we can proceed to the next question. And then this one is to look for, which is sagasu. Now, the question is, what's the kanji with the reading of saga? I don't quite recall. Let's take a look. Ah, I see. Okay, so this has 11 strokes, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Eight. So okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this has a reading of sa, ga, and then we just stick su at the end. Sagasu. Now, of course, we took a look at the answer, so classify that as incorrect and proceed to the next question. Okay, so to stand up, well, that's tatsu. Tatsu. And the kanji for that, it's 1, 2, 3. So this line doesn't 3, 4. This one goes up slightly higher. 3, 4, 5, 5. This horizontal line is a bit wider than that one. And so this kanji is a reading of ta. And then we just put tsu here in hiragana. Now, this kanji itself just means to stand up. So quite often when you've got a verb with just one kanji in it, the kanji itself means the verb that it's in. So okay, that looks correct. Stroke order is fine. And so now we can go to open. So to open, I think is akeru. And the kanji for that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But these strokes are a little bit too wide. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. So this has a reading of a. And then this is ke, ru, akeru.
開ける、
Fantastic. So now we just go to the next one. So to think is omou. Omou. And if I recall correctly, it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you get this kind of box-looking radical. And then it's 5, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this has a reading of omo, omo, u. Put the u there for a total of omo. And yeah, so this indeed has a reading of omo. Now, if you look at these strokes at the bottom, okay, so this one's a bit longer. It curls around this 8th stroke, so that's good to know. But stroke order is correct, so we'll give that a pass. Basically, those bottom strokes look just like the one for oku, which is 100 million. Now, to take in Japanese, well, that's toru, and the kanji for that, it's annoying. Yeah, so I keep forgetting. It's basically you have this ear radical over here, and then it's 2 more strokes, so it's like 7, 8. This is a reading of to, and then we put ru there. So we took a look at the answer, so classify that as incorrect. And then we'll go to wear clothes. So to wear clothes, that's kiru. And now we're going to write the same kanji that we have in shitagi, which is underwear. Basically, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So here, this has a reading of ki. And then we just put ru there. And the next one here is hakobu, which is to carry, or as in to transport. And sorry, Charangen, could you explain your last text? I don't quite understand. You said, bro once checked the site. What does that mean? Now for the next kanji, so I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it's 9, 10, 11, 12. So this has a reading of hako, and then we write, so here we're going to write fu in hiragana. We apply dakuten because F goes to B, so this becomes bu. And let's submit our answer here. Take a look. So yeah, that actually looks spot on to me. So we can give this a pass, which is fantastic. And to live is ikiru. Ikiru. So there's one kanji here which has okay, so you're saying selecting of characters is not working in Windows. Let me just finish this one word and then hopefully we can address that issue. So it's 1, 2, is it 3, 4, 5? Yeah, I think it is. So let's try that again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this has a reading of E. And then this is ki ru for a total of ikiru, which is to live. And so our stroke order is spot on, so we give that a pass. And then finally we've got to write. So to write is kaku. And here, actually, basically, this is the same kanji that you would use for toshokan. So here it's got a reading of ka, which is the Japanese reading. That's the kunyomi. But then also, so kanji basically they have a Japanese reading and a Chinese reading. So here we're using the reading ka, which is the Japanese native reading, which is kunyomi. But for example, this kanji also comes up in library, and there use sho, the onyomi reading, the Chinese reading. So anyways, put ku there for a total of kaku. So yeah, that looks spot on to me, so we'll give that a pass. And let's do one more round of this. So you're saying the characters to select them doesn't work in Windows. Are you basically saying that if this feature does not work on Windows? If so, please let me know. So we'll do another round of this. So I'm going to reapply random ordering. So to look for is sagasu. Now the kanji for that, what was it again? Oh, I just keep misremembering this. So at a quick glance, I remember. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. Now there's a bit too much spacing between these radicals, so I want to kind of clean this up a little bit. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this has a reading of sa, ga, su. And we took a look at the answer again. So I think what I'll do here is just start from scratch. Sorry, Charan Game, I'm really not quite sure what you mean. You're saying you're not able to remember the katakana. It's just, I guess, a matter of like, trying to be persistent. So to stand up is tatsu. Tatsu. And the kanji for that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this has a reading of ta. And then this is tsu. The next one here is to walk. So that's aruku. And the kanji for that, it's, let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This then swoops around for the 8th stroke. So this has a reading of a, ru, ku. So that's aruku.
歩く、
So give that a pass, and then we can proceed to take. So to take is toru, toru. And the kanji of the reading of to, it's, yeah, I remember I had this mnemonic that I came up with, which is like to take the air. So to take has this radical. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that actually is the kanji for air. And then when you just stick these 2 strokes at the end, you get the kanji that means to take. So this is toru. Basically, the kanji itself has the same meaning as the verb when it's just like this, when there's only one kanji. And that then leaves us with kiru, which is to wear clothes. So there's a kanji in shitagi, which is like underwear, which is something that I was studying with the clothes topic. It looks like this. And there it had a reading of gi. Here it's got a reading of ki. But that's kind of nice, right? When we've seen one kanji before. And yeah, so when we've seen kind of kanji over and over, it starts to kind of make a bit more sense in our mind. And to answer your question about kanji, so I'll give you an example. So I think the best approach is, I'll talk you through this one. So for example, to write is kaku. So the first step is, just learn the word. Then what you want to do is you want to practice like writing it in, so write it in romaji. Perhaps from there, consider writing it in hiragana. And then study the kanji. So for example, this is the kanji for to write. It's got a reading of ka in this case. And this is called furigana. So you put basically the reading of the kanji here in hiragana above the kanji, put ku there. And if you also want to like practice like the kanji, these diagrams are super important because it shows you the stroke order. And these strokes follow something called the rainbow stroke order kind of pattern. So the first stroke's in red, the second's in orange, the third is in yellow, the fourth is in green, fifth in blue, sixth in indigo, seventh in violet, eighth in red, and so forth. And basically that helps you. So for example, this seventh stroke is in purple. You can't really see the 7, but because of the ordering of the colors, you can kind of deduce, that's the 7th stroke. So yeah, I would just basically just do a lot of repetitions of practicing kanji. So for example, the kanji in to live, which is ikiru, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you just want to do reps, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just keep practicing that over and over and over. Yeah, so this is ikiru, to live. So that's looking good to me. And we can then go to carry, which is to carry or to transport is hakobu. Hakobu. And the kanji for that, it's kind of complicated. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, we're missing one stroke. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think the 8th stroke is wider than the rest. And then it's 9, 10, 11, 12. Now this has a reading of ha, ko, and then we write fu here. We apply dakuten to get bu for a total of hakobu. Hakobu. Okay, so that's spot on. That's great. That then leaves us with to think. So to think, that's omou. Omou. And the kanji for that, it's looks like this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that's not quite right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. So this 7th stroke kind of curls around the 8th, and this has a reading of omo. And we'll submit that. Are you able to hear me well, or is my voice too soft? So to bring is motte kuru. Motte kuru. And the kanji with the reading of mo is, yeah, hopefully you're able to hear me well. Let me know if it's okay. So this is 1, 2, 3. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this has a reading of mo. Then we want to have sokon. So this is at half size 2. You don't pronounce this, but basically it acts as a beat of silence, and you place extra emphasis on the kana that comes after, or in fact the consonant. So this is motte. And then here you're just going to write the kanji for kuru. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is motte kuru. Fantastic. And that then leaves us with to open. So to open is akeru. And the kanji for that, it looks like this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this has a reading of a. A. And then we just write keru. So to open in Japanese is akeru. This is the kanji with the reading of a. Akeru. Akeru. That then leaves us with to look for. So to look for is sagasu. And this was the one that I was getting wrong over and over, but I know it now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This has a reading of saga. Notice that there's this little gap here in sa. Basically, this is the typed version of sa. That's the handwritten version of sa. And then it's a little bit messy because of the lack of room. But this is ka. We apply dakuten to get ga. And then we just put su there for a total of sagasu. Sagasu. So that's good progress. I think what I'll do now is that was the first 11 verbs of verbs 2. I'm now going to go to the verbs 1 topic. And okay, cool. So I wanted that little pling sound when I get the correct answer. So what we can do now is practice this set of 25 verbs. So to make in Japanese, well, that's tsukuru, right? Tsukuru. And the kanji with the reading of tsuku, it looks like this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this has a reading of tsuku, tsuku, and then we put ru here. So this is tsukuru. Fantastic. The stroke order here is a match as well. So I missed that little sound. It's kind of like a dopamine hit when you hear the pling. So to want is hoshi. Hoshi. And the kanji for that, it kind of looks like this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is a reading of whole. Also, Charan Game, please try and spam a little bit less in the chat, please. It's a little distracting. So this is hoshi. Notice the double I here. So she has one I and then I has another. So okay, that's good. And then to go is iku. Iku. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has a reading of I. And then we put ku there.
行く、
Okay, so our kanji is a match. That's great. And then we can go to the next one. So to O in Japanese, well, that's shi, na, keru. Let's zoom out a little bit, give ourselves a bit of space. Shi na kereba. So we're going to write that in, there are no kanji for this word. So it's just going to be hiragana. So it's shi. Let's make that a bit smaller. Shi, na, keru. And this is ha. When you apply dakuten as these 2 marks, ha becomes ba for a total of shina kereba. Shina kereba.
しなければ、
Great. And so then we can go to the next question. So to be permanent is aru in Japanese. So that's aru. This only has hiragana. So let's write that. This is aru. And then to see is miru. And I always like the kanji for this because, of course, we see with our eyes. And the first 5 strokes of the kanji, which means like, I guess, to see, is the first 5 strokes is actually I, as in this, our eyes. That's what this kanji means. And so that kind of makes that a little bit easier to remember. So this is miru. And of course, you want to write our furigana, our reading on top here. So this is miru. That then leaves us with to be able to. So that's dekiru. Dekiru. And that has no kanji. So we're just going to write de, ki, ru. Cool. Now to put on, is that tsukeru? I think it might be, you know. So it's tsukeru. Then we've got to say or tell. So to say or tell is iu, and there's this radical for this that kind of pops up over and over. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now here it's basically a whole kanji on its own, but it comes up in a lot of different kanji as well. So that has a reading of I, and then that's just you in hiragana. And now we've got to read. So to read in Japanese, well, that's yomu. The kanji with the reading of yo, it's, is it 1? No. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There we go. So this has a reading of yo. And then that's mu for a total of yomu. And then to know information, so I got this one wrong over and over, but I think today's the day. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is a reading of shi. And then we have ru in hiragana here. So in total, this is going to be shiru, which is to know information. So our kanji is a match. That's great news. So give that a pass and proceed to the next question. So to arrive, well, that's kuru, kuru. And the kanji with the reading of ku, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's got 7 strokes. And it has a reading of ku. We just put ru here in hiragana. So our answer is to arrive, kuru. Stroke order is a match. Fantastic. We'll accept that and proceed to the next question. So to call. Oh, this one's kind of tricky. I think it's yobu. And we start off with this like mouth radical. So it's 1, 2, 3. But then here it's like you have this swooping stroke. And this mouth radical is a bit smaller actually. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So this has a reading of yo. And then we have bu here. In total, we get yobu. Yobu. Ah, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna try and fix the audio. Perhaps if I move. Muhammad, could you help me? Is it louder now? Is my microphone still on? Testing 1, 2, 3. So let me just switch this on and off. Oh, is it better now? And sorry, Charn Game, you were pointing out the audio. I tried to fix it earlier, but thank you guys for pointing it out. I appreciate it. So to sleep is neru. And the kanji for that, I think, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then it's lock in. Is it 10, 11, 12, 13? And then I think this has a are you going to Japan soon, bro? If you're talking about me, I'm not quite sure. I'm just trying to, focus on YouTube, focus on like learning Japanese for now. But I'm definitely interested in Japanese culture. So let's take a look at this answer. So we smashed it. This is indeed neru, to sleep. So this is a pass. Could you guys just please confirm that the audio is better? Or well, could you tell me if it's better? And to have is motsu, right? Motsu. So the kanji with the reading of mo, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So this is a reading of mo. Yeah, just ask one more time. Is the this is tsu. And yeah, please feel free to ask questions, Charlie Game. Like, I'll try and answer them while I do the quiz. But I also kind of want to keep the momentum going a little bit. So Euro. Let's see what this means. So let's just go to Google Translate. daisuki. So the kanji with the reading of ta in taberu looks like this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not to be confused with this one. So there's a kanji with the reading of kan. It's used in, it means like castle, building, house, stuff like that. And it's this one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And basically this looks just like that, right? Wrong. So this has 8 strokes and this has 9. So that's a mistake that I was making earlier. So just wanted to point that out. But this is a reading of ta. And then here we're just going to write he, apply dakuten to get be, put a ru there for a total of taberu, which is to eat. And then we're going to go on to be temporary. As for like the top 100 useful kanji, from what I know, you have this like JLPT, Japanese Language Proficiency Test. And I think at N5, they test about 100 or so kanji. And so I suppose those would be like super useful to learn. The way that I'm kind of approaching it currently is I want to get like these clusters of vocabulary in my brain. So like then I know clothes, I know numbers, I know months of the year, I know weeks. And then I can kind of use those as like building blocks. And of course, verbs are super useful, I think, in any language. So that's kind of why I'm investing in learning verbs now and like learning the kanji. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. But that's just like my personal approach. So okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so this is the kanji of the reading of ri. And then the kanji of the reading of kai, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I kind of want to discuss this a little bit. So this is the kanji with the reading of ri. This is the kanji with the reading of kai. And this actually just means understanding or comprehension. It's a noun. And when you stick suru at the end, which basically just means like to do, you're like doing understanding or doing comprehension. So you get to do to understand. So that's basically like the grammar regarding that. Kai suru. Fantastic. And to answer your question, Charan game. So basically, because I'm still a beginner as well in Japanese, I don't feel too confident like telling you, oh, these are the top 5 kanji to learn. Of course, I'm learning Japanese, but because I'm still like learning, I don't think it would be best for me to tell you which ones to learn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the kanji of the reading of ku in kuru. There we go, that's a match. And then we're going to go on to do. So to do is suru. Suru, it's a very important verb. And it has no kanji. It's just hiragana. So to give, by the way, if you want a kanji, so this one comes up a couple of times. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like the kanji for fire, I believe. So that's one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fire. And to give in Japanese, that's ageru. Let's write our romaji in black. Ageru. And to give, that also has no kanji. So we're just going to write that in hiragana. And to place, this is quite a tricky kanji. So it's oku. And the kanji of the reading of o, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. sorry to keep asking this question, by the way, but is the audio better now? Please let me know in the chat if you can. So this has a reading of O, and then this is Ku. So let's submit our answer. So this is to place, Oku. Fantastic. Now to speak or talk, thank you so much. Thanks, Chong Game. So to speak or talk is hanasu. Hanasu. And the kanji for that, so this is called like a mouth radical. And the way that I remember it is there are two mouth radicals in this kanji. And of course, when you speak or talk, two people are involved, usually. So that's like a little story that I came up with to basically try and remember this kanji. And of course, these first 7 strokes, I guess it's some type of radical or something because it comes up over and over in all types of verbs. So this is hana. This kanji is as a reading of hana. And then we just put su here for a total of hanasu, to speak or talk. So let's submit our answer.
話す、
And this looks pretty spot on to me, so we'll give that a pass. And then we're on to find. So to find is mitsukeru. Mitsukeru. And the kanji with the reading of mi, well, it actually popped up earlier. It's the same kanji as the one that we saw for miru. So this is a reading of mi. And then we just put tsukeru. And then to believe is shinjiru. Shinjiru. And the kanji with the reading of shin, it's 1, 2, and then once again it's this radical that just pops up over and over. This one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this has a total of 9 strokes. It's got a reading of shin. And then here we're just going to put jiru. Shinjiru is to believe. So that went pretty well. I'm happy with that. What I now want to do is I want to practice this one other list, this locations. Now, I've always kind of struggled with this one, so let's see how this goes. It's basically like, popular locations that you'd find in a city. So the first one is the cinema, right? Where you go to watch a movie. And a cinema in Japanese is eigakan. Eigakan. Now the kanji with the reading of A in eigakan is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. And then the kanji with the reading of kan is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, hold on now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Charm Game, are you asking to learn some hiragana? Because if so, I've got some good news for you. Basically, this is the kanji with the reading of kan, by the way. Let's just clean that up a little bit. We'll pan to the right to give ourselves a bit more space. So this is 13, 14, 15, 16. Those are the strokes. And if I'm not mistaken, Charm Game, you were asking about hiragana. So, for example, this here is A, right? This kanji is a reading of A. So this is I, and that's I. So this kanji is a reading of A. And then here we're going to write ka, 3 strokes, and then we apply dakuten to get ga. And then if we zoom out, this kanji is a reading of kan. So we write ka again, no dakuten this time. And then we just write n. Does that make sense? So let's submit our answer. Our furigana is matching, our kanji are matching. So that's good news. And we can proceed to the next question. So park in Japanese, well, that's koen. Koen. And the kanji for that, the first one's kind of simple. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next kanji is kind of tricky. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And this has a reading of ko, and this has a reading of en, for a total of koen, meaning park. So this kanji looks spot on. That one looks fine too. So give that a pass, and then we're on to bakery. Bakery is panya. Oh, we're in trouble. I don't remember the kanji for this. But basically, pan is, I think it's bread in French. So pan in Japanese is a loan word. So we're going to use katakana. So this is ha. We apply handakuten, that's that circle. And then we need an n here. So this is pan. And then we just need the kanji with the reading of ya. Now, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I actually got it. That's crazy. I remember it. So if we zoom in here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it's 7, 8, 9. That's the correct stroke order, because this is that radical that you, for example, see in doyobi. So here, this kanji is a reading of ya. So we'll zoom out a little bit. And look at that, our kanji is a match. Stroke order is perfect. So give that a pass. Sorry for next and JLPT. Kanji is important to, it's important to learn kanji, yes. I've personally, from what I've seen, like if you look at Japanese text, there is so much kanji in there. And of course, take this with a grain of salt, but okay, so supermarket is a loan word, so it's going to be katakana. So this is su. We extend the vowel sound using the dash. We write ha here. Apply handakuten because h goes to p, so ha becomes pa. Put another dash there. Super.
Super.
And but yeah, there's so much kanji in Japanese, so it's useful to learn. And my approach is to learn words with their kanji instead of learning the kanji on their own. That's my current approach. Now, restaurant is restoran. That's just what I'm doing personally. And that's, of course, a loan word, right? And so it's going to be katakana. And so we just need to write re. And Chan, again, you were asking about katakana as well earlier. So this is re. This is su. Re, su. This is to. That's ra. And then that's an n. Restaurant. Restaurant. And then here it's going to be hoteru. I think in Japanese they don't really have the L sound. So they use R instead of L. Because they're actually quite similar, L and R. And so this is another loan word. So we're going to write katakana, of course. So this is ho, te, and then this is ru, for a total of hoteru. Now, station is quite interesting. So station is eki. And the kanji for that actually contains this horse kanji. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you might be wondering, like, what is horse doing here? And that's because I think historically stations had horses in them before there were cars. So that's why there is this horse kanji. So this is e, and then of course this is ki. So this has a reading of eki. Now, this looks like two kanji, but it's actually just one, right? Maybe I should have closed the gap there a little bit. Now we're on to school. So school is gakko. And the kanji with the reading of ga, with sokon at the end, is 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the kanji with the reading of ko, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so this has a reading of ka. We apply dakuten to get ga. Then we put a half-sized tsu. So this is ga. And then we put ko here for a total of gakko. Awesome, we got a match. And then we can proceed to the next question. So hospital is byoin. Byoin. And the kanji for that, it's the kanji for hospital is it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the next kanji is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this has a reading of byo. So you're gonna write hi, apply dakuten to get bi. Then you're gonna write a half-sized yo. Let's zoom in, this is so small. And then we're gonna write a u. And then here, this kanji is a reading of in. So together, this is byoin, meaning hospital. Hospital. So that's a match. And so is this one. So give that a pass. And then we're on to library. My favorite set of kanji. So the library in Japanese, that's toshokan. Toshokan, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is reading of to. And then here, you might remember this from kaku, which is to write. So I think this kanji literally means to write, which would make sense because you write books and books are in a library. So it's not too weird that that kanji is in the word library. And then this means, this kanji is reading of kan. It means like building, castle, house. So it's like a writing house or writing. I don't know what this kanji means, but let's write the furigana. So this is the kanji with the reading of to. This is the kanji with the reading of sho. And then this is kan. For a total of toshokan. Cool. So that went well. Now, one thing that we can do, Charm Game, were you interested in, I think earlier you were asking about struggling with like katakana. And I'm not as confident with my katakana as I am with my hiragana. So we can, I suppose, take some time to practice. So let's give that a go. So here I've got this quiz. We'll apply random ordering. We'll handwrite our answers, and then ri in katakana, I think it's this one. Or is it this? Yeah, I think it's that. Okay, so yeah, there we go. And then so is this stroke, followed by that.
So,
And then chi is 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So this is a little bit of revision, right? Because I personally don't get the opportunity to write as much katakana as I do hiragana, so I just kind of want to do a little refresher. So ma, I think, is something like this. Yeah. Yo, of course, is this. So that's yo. Tsu is this one. It's 1, 2, 3. Let's write that a little bit more neatly. 1, 2, 3. No is this kind of diagonal swooping line that goes from top right to bottom left. Right? I looks like this. Ho is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's another match, great. And then ro is 1, 2, 3. This looks just like the kind of mouth radical in my opinion. And then re is this one. Ta is this. And then, this one always trips me up. Is it 1, 2, 3? So this is pronounced o. It's written as wo in Romaji. Yeah. And then ra is 1, 2. Ko is very similar to ro, but it doesn't start with a stroke. That's how I like to remember that. Then mu is this. 2 strokes. Ki is that one. And the way that I remember this is ki in hiragana looks like this. So basically the shape here is kind of the same. And then wa, what is wa? It's 1, 2. N is this. Yeah. Ka is like that. Now in katakana, in hiragana, you have this third stroke. It looks basically exactly the same in katakana as it does in hiragana, but just without that third stroke. Te is this one. And then ru, which we saw, for example, in hoteru, looks like that. Se is, what is se? It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is sa. What am I doing? Sorry, I didn't think that through. Then u is this one. To is this. Shi is 1, 2, 3. Me is 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, okay, stroke order is a match as well, so give that a pass. And then sa is the one that I just wrote. So it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that looks better. So yeah, basically this is se, and then this is sa. That was a silly mistake. This is fu. U is this one. A is 1, 2. Leaving this gap and this gap here. And then ke is 1, 2, 3. This is he, which is the same in hiragana as it is in katakana. Ha is that one. Just wanted to kind of confirm that I still remember all of this. But looks like I do. Ni is the same here in kanji, because because this is the kanji for 2, which has the reading of ni, and it's the same in katakana. This is me. What is your question marks about Charan game? This is ku. He is this one. Ya is this. O is this one. Ne is that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nu is that. And then mo. What is mo? It's 1, 2, 3. Or is it like that? 1, 2, 3. This is tricky. Oh, it was the other way around. Oh, that's annoying. And then na is 1, 2. Cool. So one silly mistake here, or what? Actually, one genuine mistake there, and then one silly one there. With that out of the way, what to study? Perhaps some phrases would be good. It's been ages since I've studied this, but what we can do is we can say, start off with the hiragana even. So I'm gonna do good morning, which I think is ohayo gozaimasu. And this is gonna be all hiragana. Ohayo gozaimasu. I think that's correct. So let's write our hiragana in blue. So this is gonna be o, ha, yo, and then it's go, zai. So za is going to be sa in hiragana. So that's this. We apply dakuten to get za. We keep the I here. Let's pan a bit this way. And then this is ma, su. I don't think you pronounce the U here. So this is good morning is ohayo gozaimasu.
おはようございます。
We made a mistake here because there's actually a U here. See that? So we'll be strict and classify that as incorrect and go again. Konbanwa, Ken-san, o genki desu ka? So let's just do that one more time. So good morning is ohayo with a U here. Gozaimasu. So that's going to be o ha yo go, and then it's sa with dakuten to get zai, ma, su. Ohayo gozaimasu. And then good afternoon is, I think, konnichiwa. Kon, ni, chi, wa. So I think this is also hiragana. What is your question mark charm game? Please explain. So this is ko, ni, chi, and then I think it's just ha, but then in Japanese it sometimes acts as like a topic marker, I guess, and then it becomes wa. So is this konnichiwa? Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Yeah, that's a match. So that's good. And then we're actually, konbanwa is good evening. So this is basically what Ken-san wrote, konbanwa. So let's write that. It's kon. Ha becomes ba. Konban wa, like that. And then I think good night is oya sumi nasai. Oyasumi nasai. And I think this is once again just hiragana. So we're gonna write o, and then ya is what's wrong with me? It's this. Okay, this is oya su mi na sai. Oyasumi nasai. Hai.
おやすみなさい。
Oh, now we're getting into tricky territory. So what is your name? Is anata namae nan desu ka? Oof. Is it anata namae wa nan desu ka? O namae wa nan to oshaimasu ka?
お名前は何とおっしゃいますか？
Okay, that's a lot. So I think on a new tab. Oh, that's a shame. What is your name was this. Let's open a new tab. We'll go to the phrases section. And practice this. So what's your name is お名前は何ておっしゃいますか？お名前は何とおっしゃいますか？おっしゃいますか？ Now we can use DeepSeek here. Hey, Chan Game, please explain what I can do to help. So what I want to do is I want to basically in DeepSeek just ask what these words mean. So I'll open a new chat. There we go. And then we can just break this down. What do these individual words mean? Okay, so this is the polite Japanese phrase for asking someone's name. O is an honorary prefix. Namae means name. Wa is a topic marker. Cool. Nanto is how or what. And then oshaimasu ka is a polite verb meaning to say or to be cold. This is the honorific stem. What is the root verb? oshaimasu. And oshaimasu is the honorific form of iu. Because we learned iu. We learned iu. How is oshaimasu the honorific form of iu? The reason is historical and linguistic. Osharu is a suppletive honorific form. Okay, so this happens in general. Like iku is to go and irasharu is polite form. Kuru is come. Irasharu is the honorific verb form. So do most verbs have a honorific equivalent that you have to study separately? The answer is no. Only a small common set, 10 to 15 special suppletive honorifics like osharu for iu. Thank you. You wrote the kanji for osharu. So the regular honorifics is you put o, verb stem, and then ni naru. So yomu becomes oyomi ni naru. So for example, to call would be like yobu, and then it would be oyobu ni naru. So like oyobu ni naru is polite to call someone. Yeah, so Charangame, did you want to practice hiragana? Because the only problem with that is that I've already done like hiragana quite a while ago, so it's pretty basic. But of course, the majority of this sentence is hiragana. So, for example, onamai would be like this in hiragana. It would be o, na, mai, wa, nan, to. So, Charangame, please relax a little bit and tell me what you're asking for. So this is going to be presumably like a yun combination. So this would be shi, ya, oshai, masu ka. Yeah, like I really appreciate your support, but it's a little bit distracting when you're like trying to learn Japanese. So please ask your question, but what can I do to help? Okay, so it's onamai wa nanto oshaimasu ka. Let's see if our kana is a match. Onamai wa nanto. I think this has soko on, so this is not quite correct. And notice the double S here, okay? So let's do this one more time. So what is your name is o namai wa nanto o shai. There's a small tsu, yeah, I see. Because by the way, like normally I would see like soko on and then followed by te, so you'd get, you know, this type of thing. But I didn't know you could use soko on before a yun combination as well. So that's pretty cool. So oshai masu ka? And of course, ka is what you would see at the end of a question. So I think like we're done. So it's like onamae wa nanto oshaimasu ka? Now in hiragana, And please, Charan Game, feel free still to ask your question, but I'm just a little bit lost what the question is. Because I think you wrote hiragana in all caps. Not quite sure what that means. So this is onamai wa. So this is the topic marker. Oh, so it's saying that the name is the topic of the sentence, I think. And then, of course, this is nan to o using sokon. And then here we have the yun combination, shi, followed by a half-sized ya. What's going on here? Okay. Oshai mas ka. And in Japanese, you don't really do question marks because this just specifies that this is a question. Yeah, Charan Game, please try and just write it as one sentence instead of individual words. As for recording the stream, they're available on YouTube, so you can just go to my YouTube channel and view them there. And no, of course, you cannot post it on Instagram. It's not your content. Onamae wa nanto oshaimasu ka? Sorry, guys, 1 second. So, sorry to get distracted. This is the full sentence. Onamae wa nanto oshaimasu ka? So that's a match, but of course we just wrote the hiragana, so I guess we can accept that just for now. So what I want to do is practice this from scratch. So good morning is ohayo with a U, and then it's gozaimasu. And in hiragana, that's going to be o, ha, yo. So that was the U. That was the mistake that I made earlier. So this is ohayo, and then it's ko. We applied dakuten to get go, and then it's sa. That becomes za. So it's ohayo gozaimasu. Let's see. Ohayo gozaimasu. Fantastic. Good afternoon is konnichiwa. This is actually something I wanted to ask. So let's ask DeepSeek. So in konnichiwa, is wa a topic marker? And the answer is no, not in the way that you're thinking. Wa is not functioning as a topic marker, even though it's the same character and pronounced wa. Konnichiwa comes from the longer phrase konnichiwa gokigen ikagu desu ka? How are you feeling today? So konnichi means today, and wa is the topic marker, marking particle here. So here, konnichi is the topic. Got it. Okay, so let's go back to our hiragana. So this is ko, ni, chi, wa. And then Yeah, so it was saying that there's like a longer sentence, which is like, how are you feeling today? And then there, wa was being used as a topic marker. But then this is like an abbreviation, which is just konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Cool. Good evening is konbanwa. Konbanwa. And that's going to be hiragana as well. So it's kon. Ban. Wa. Now, this hiragana could be written a little bit more neatly, so let's fix that. Konbanwa. Good night is oyasumi. Oyasumi nasai. And that's just going to be o ya su mi na sai. Hai. Oyasumi nasai.
おやすみなさい。
And then what's your name was お名前は何とおっしゃいますか? So I'm just going to write this in hiragana for now. I don't quite know the kanji yet. So this is o na mai wa nan to o. So here we're going to use sokon. Sokon followed by the yun combination sha. So that's shi and ya, but the ya is half sized. We can make this a little bit smaller. O shai. This was something I learned from Ken-san, which was that this needs to be a bit smaller, that mark. O shai masu ka. お名前は何とおっしゃいますか?
お名前は何とおっしゃいますか?
Cool. We could do this one. So, how are you should be o genki desu ka? So, in hiragana, that would be o. This is ke. When you apply dakiten, we get o genki. O genki desu ka? So this is going to be desu ka. And yes, of course, I blocked you. You were spamming repeatedly. We're trying to focus on Japanese here. So I kind of want to create a learning environment where we can all kind of learn Japanese together or practice. So, please be respectful to other people in the stream. I think that's quite important. So, how are you is o genki desu ka? O genki desu ka? So here we have the kanji. O genki desu ka? So these two kanji together have a reading of genki. So we'll give that a pass. And then this is just going to be genki desu. So let's write that. So this is going to be in hiragana. Genki desu Genki desu. Fantastic. So, okage-sama de. Oh, so this is something completely different. Actually, that's quite interesting. Let's take a look. Okage-sama de. Fine, thanks. Whilst this is just I'm fine. Genki desu. And let's see. That then leaves us with I am fine, which is genki desu. And then fine, thanks is okage-sama de. Wait, let's check the pronunciation. Okage-sama da.
おかげさまで。
Okage-sama de. Let's just see what that means. So put that over here. So what do the individual words in okage-sama de mean? Let's see. Okage-sama de. Hi. Thank you, Ken-san. So, o is an honorary prefix. Kage-sama de. By means of your honorable shadow or support, thanks to you. Okay, so I guess what we can ask is, okage-sama de, is that more formal than genki desu? Also, what does the mean? Let's see. Okay, so genki desu is neutral polite. Okage-sama de is more polite, warmer. Okay, so this shows humility and acknowledges others. Hai okage-sama de, same meaning, but even more formal when you use hai. And it humbly attributes your well-being to others' support rather than simply stating I'm fine as a fact. In Japanese culture, modesty and acknowledging social bonds is considered very polite. Okay, awesome. So let's practice those two. So fine, thanks is still only in hiragana. Nice. And then this just means genki. I want to practice the kanji for genki. So let's practice that. So we'll go to handwrite answers. And then where we had fine thanks, it was o ka ga sama de. Okage sama de. Okage sama de. So here we're going to use hiragana only. So it's Still not quite sure what the means. So then this is o ka ge sa ma de. Let's take a look at the answer. Okage sama de. Hai.
おかげさまで。
So this just means yes, well, I see. So there are multiple ways to say yes. You have hai, so desu. Okay, that makes sense. So when we say I am fine, we say genki desu. In hiragana, that would look like this. So it's going to be ke with dakuten becomes ge. Then we put n here. We put a ki there. So this is genki desu. Now, what I thought was pretty cool was I remember seeing like 2 kanji, but it looks like they only have a reading together. So it's not like this is this has a reading of gen, and then that has a reading of ki. No, it's like a kind of composite situation. So from what I understand, both kanji together have a reading of gen, ki. And then we just put des. Des. So let's check out the kanji. So this one actually I've seen before, this kind of like radical, and then this has a total of 6 strokes. So let's practice that. So we'll put that here in red at the bottom. So it's 1, 2, second stroke's a bit wider than the first. Let's zoom out. 3, 4, and then here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. But this is curved like so. So it's not like that, it's like this. So let's try that out in full. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has a reading of gen, ki. And then here we just put des, des, genki des, hai. Okay, so I think that's maybe enough greetings for now. I'm going to come back to that later. I think what I'd like to do now is to just do another round of verbs practice, just to kind of cement that knowledge a bit further. And so let's make a start with that. I'm just going to take a sip of water first. Okay, so let's handwrite our answers. We'll apply random ordering and we'll make a start. So to understand in Japanese is rikai suru. And the kanji with the reading of ri is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then the kanji with the reading of kai, it's 1, 2, 3. No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that is rikai. Rikai. And put suru there. And wow, some people are very immature. Sorry about this, whoever else is watching. Just give me one moment, please. I just want to make sure that this person won't distract the stream further. So let's just take a moment to sort that out. So I think that should be good now. So, 理解する is to understand in Japanese. So let's just put that there. 理解する. And our kanji is matching, so that's great. So we'll give that a pass. And then we're going to go on to have. So to have in Japanese, well, that's motsu. Motsu. And the kanji, the reading of mo, it's, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this has a reading of mo. And then we put tsu there. Fantastic. And then to go in Japanese, well, that's iku. Kanji with the reading of iku, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a reading of i. And then we put ku there. And to do is suru. So this is just hiragana only. So we're going to write this in blue. And let's see. Okay, so this is suru. This is suru. And to speak or talk is hanasu. Hanasu. And the kanji for that has 2 mouth radicals, which is how I remember it, because basically to have a conversation or to speak or talk, you usually need 2 people. And so we start off with this radical that kind of comes up over and over in kanji. This is a reading of hana. And we put su here for a total of hanasu, which is to speak or talk. So to eat is taberu. And the kanji with the reading of ta has 9 strokes. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a reading of ta. And then we put he here. We apply dakuten to get be. Ru. I just kind of like going over this a couple of times to really make sure that I don't forget these. So to be permanent is aru. This only has hiragana, so this is aru. Aru. And then to call is yobu, right? Yobu. And kanji for that, I think it's this. Like you start off with this kind of small mouth radical, and then it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try that again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this has a reading of yo. And then this is fu. We apply dakuten to get bu for a total of yobu. Yobu. Great. This is dekiru. Dekiru. And the kanji, the reading of... Actually, this has no kanji. This is just hiragana. So let's write that. So this is te. We apply dakuten to get de. Ki-ru. To arrive is kuru. Kuru. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this has a reading of ku. We put ru there. Let's see, what do we have left? Oh, still quite a few. And I think what I'll do is just practice the kanji, right? So to know is shiru. And the kanji for that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we just put ru there. To see is miru. The kanji with the reading of mi is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We put ru there. Miru. To o is shinakereba. So that's just going to be hiragana. Shi, na, けるば. That then leaves us with to find. So to find is 見つける, right? So we're just going to use the same kanji here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then that's in total 見つける. To say or tell is 言う. So we start off with the kanji here, that kind of radical that pops up over and over. We put a u here for a total of 言う. And then to be temporary is いる. いる. To sleep is 寝る. Kanji for that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is a reading of ne. And then we put a ru there for a total of neru, which is to sleep, right? That then leaves us with to put on. So to put on is just written in hiragana. So this is tsukeru, tsukeru. To give is ageru, ageru. Ageru. And this actually has dakuten, right? Ke becomes get when you apply dakuten. So this is ageru. To read is yomu. And the kanji, the reading of yo, it's our favorite radical that pops up over and over. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we do 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. For a total of 14 strokes. This kanji is a reading of yo. We put mu there. Yomu. Now to make is tsukuru. Tsukuru. And the kanji is reading of tsuku. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this has a reading of tsuku. And then we put ru there. To place is oku. So this kanji has a total of 13 strokes. So we'll put that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this has a reading of o. And then we put ku there. Oku. To want in Japanese, well, that's hoshi. So yeah, it looks like I've remembered these kanji quite well. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, Peonio, how are you doing? O genki desu ka? Glad to have you on the stream. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this has a reading of whole. And then we just put shi here. Then we've got to come, which is kuru. Kuru. And the kanji with the reading of ku, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's clean this up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this has a reading of ku. And we put ru there for a total of kuru. And doing good. What did you learn today? Yeah, so I've actually learned some new verbs. I learned like 11 verbs in the verbs to list, and actually I can go over it in a second, see how much I remember. So here we're just going to write this favorite radical of ours that pops up over and over. This is a total of 9 strokes with a reading of shin. And then also I learned some phrases. So shinjiru. So I already knew, for example, like ohayo gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbanwa, oyasumi nasai. But I learned that, ohayo has like a U, for example, at the end. And then also learned some kanji like genki in ogenki desu or genki desu. So what we're going to do here is practice these 11 kanji that I should now know. So let's select those. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we'll select that, turn that into a quiz. We'll apply random ordering and give this a go. So to look for is sagasu. Oh, this one's tricky. We're going to come back to that one. We'll start off with to stand up, which is tatsu. And I think this was the one that Pei LMAO was actually kind enough to point out was it doesn't mean what I'd written previously. This just means to stand up or to rise. So this kanji here is a reading of ta, and it means tatsu, to stand up or to rise. Now to take, well, that's toru. And the kanji with the reading of to is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just not quite happy with the proportions here. Let's clean this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we have 7, 8. So this has a reading of to. We put ru there in hiragana. Toru, just to take. And then to open, it was kind of unfortunate. There was somebody that was like repeatedly spamming and kind of being a bit disrespectful and rude, kind of distracting everyone. And so unfortunately I had to like block this individual because they just kept spamming in the chat like repeatedly. It was getting a little bit annoying. So to open, it's 1, 2, 3. Because if it was just me, I wouldn't mind. But I think also, other people come here as well to learn. And so I kind of want the vibe to be a little bit like relaxing for everyone. So this is the kanji with the reading of a in akeru. Akeru. And this kanji means to open, I believe. So let's check our answer. That looks good to me. It's indeed got a total of 12 strokes. Yeah, it is what it is. I think it's very unfortunate, but not much that can be done about it. So to carry is hakobu. Because it ends in bu, I think it's a go-down verb. So I kind of want to get into the habit of thinking, is something an ichidan verb? Is it a go-down verb? And I think the kanji, could it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? I think it might be. But what I do want to do is make this more neat. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, exactly. I think it's just unfortunately part of streaming. So this is fu. We applied dakuten to get bu for a total of hakobu, to carry or to transport. Let's take a look at our answer here. That looks good to me. So we'll give that a pass and proceed to the next question. So to wear clothes is kiru. And here we're going to be using this kanji that's also in shitagi. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this has a reading of ki in this case, in this word. And then we put ru there for a total of kiru, which is like to wear clothes. And then we've got to think. So to think in Japanese is omo. And the kanji of the reading of omo, it's like this. It's 1, 2. This is the third stroke. That's the fourth. That's the fifth. And then it's 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a reading of omo. So let's write that. It's o, mo. We put a u here. And then we're on to bring. So I think we actually discussed this one as well, like yesterday. So it's motte kuru. So what is that? That's the kanji of the reading of mo is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is a reading of mo. And then we write sokon, so there's a half-sized suit that you don't pronounce. It acts as a beat of silence, and then places extra emphasis on the T in te. So this is motte. And then we just write kuru. 5, 6, 7. Right, let's do that properly. 5, 6, 7. So this has a reading of ku, and then we just stick ru at the end here for a total of motte kuru, or motte kuru, motte kuru. But I don't think there's a pause between the te and the kuru, so it's like motte kuru. But in any case, this is how you'd write it. Let's see the pronunciation.
持ってくる、
motte kuru,
持ってくる、
motte kuru. So yeah, you really don't have a gap here between the te and the kuru. So our kanji is perfect, or is correct, so that's nice. And the next question here is to live. So to live is ikiru. Ikiru. I forgot to ask this yesterday. Do you write with a pen or a mouse or a trackpad? I thought I saw you holding a pen at some point. Yeah, exactly. So what I have is on my laptop, I've got a Wacom tablet attached. So that's like with a stylus. It just helps me write a bit more legibly for people on stream. But of course, let's say that I'm using my trackpad. I could give that a go now. So for example, let's give this a go. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be the kanji with the reading of E. And then we would write ki ru. So still, of course, doable with the trackpad, but it's a little bit more, you got a bit more speed when you write with a Wacom tablet, or like a tablet in general. So let's submit our answer. Stroke order is a match. Everything's correct, so we'll give that a pass. And then we're on to walk. So, yep, beautiful. The pen is much better. Yes, indeed. It just makes it a lot easier. So to walk is aruku. And the kanji with the reading of aru, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this has a reading of aru. Now, we just follow that up with ku at the end for a total of aruku, which is to walk. Is that correct? To walk, aruku. I think it is, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think the stroke order was correct as well, so we'll give that a pass. And then we're on to the last question. So to write in Japanese is kaku. And this is kind of nice, right? Because this kanji, which means to write, we already know it when we were doing like locations. So I had learned toshokan. Toshokan. There's no long O there. It's toshokan. Thank you, Pay LMAO, for pointing that out previously. So Here, we're dealing with the kunyomi. It's the Japanese reading of the kanji. Here it's ka. In Toshokan, we're dealing with the onyomi, which is the Chinese reading of the kanji. So this is kaku. So yeah, that went fairly well. But of course, we have to look for, and to look for is sagasu. And I remember it now. I think it was something like 1, 2, 3. Oh God, it's 4 strokes there, 3 strokes here. It's got a total of 11 strokes. So what comes here? Could it be that? No. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's so frustrating. Basically, there are four strokes here. This whole thing is a reading of saga. Sa, ga, and then we put su there. But the problem is that these 4 strokes were not written, so we'll consider that incorrect. So we got 10 out of these 11 new kanji. I think that's decent progress. What I want to do is I want to go back to this phrases section over here, and I want to practice this. So we learned onamae wa oshaimasu ka, which is like iu is like to say or tell, and then oshai is like the polite form of that, I think. But I think it would be pretty cool to be able to write this whole sentence out in full. So let's learn the kanji for that. So it's like, what's your name? So we're going to do handwriting. What's your name? And let's practice these kanji. So we'll write our kanji always in red, or at least that's what I'm doing, just to kind of keep things consistent. So here, we basically start off with the katakana ta. I mean, it looks like it, is what I mean. So I'm just trying to kind of break it down into stuff I already know. Then we have this mouth radical here. And this kanji is a reading of na. So namai, which is name, has 2 kanji. I think we can even guess the stroke order. Is it something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Yeah. So this is namai, which is name. So let's do that without looking. So namai is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I said we do our kanji in red. So namai, which is name, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the next kanji is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if we zoom out, this kanji is a reading of na. And then this kanji is a reading of mai. So that's namai. So onamae wa oshaimasu ka was the sentence, right? Onamae wa, nanto oshaimasu ka. So we just need to know nan in nanto, which is also fairly straightforward. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, that's not quite right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oof, that's going to be tricky. So what is your name is. Let's write it in Romaji first. So it's o namai wa nanto shai masu ka? And then that's going to be o. And then we have the kanji with the reading of na, which was, I've already forgotten it. The one with the reading of Okay. Let's take a super quick look. Yeah. Okay. So we get this kanji that looks like it's got this kind of ta radical from katakana. So this has a reading of na, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is namai. Na. Let's zoom in here. This is na, and then this kanji is a reading of mai. And then we're gonna put wa here, and then nanto. So the kanji with the reading of nan, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is a reading of nan. So let's write that. This is no. I erased the last stroke of this kanji. So this is na. And then we just need to write. Let's put the to here. O namae wa nanto. And then this is all hiragana. Oshaimasu ka is all hiragana. So it's o. Then we use sokon, followed by the yun combination, shi, and a half-sized ya, forming not shia, but sha. Shai mas ka. O namae wa nanto oshaimasu ka? O namae wa nanto oshaimasu ka? Now, of course, we took a look at the kanji, so we'll classify this as incorrect. And what I want to do now is refresh this and then practice the first 5 in this list. So, good morning is ohayo with a u at the end. Gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. And this is just hiragana, so it's going to be o ha yo. It's weird writing a full-sized yo. I'm so used to these yun combinations. So this is ohayo. Let's just stick to the next word here. Go. Sa with dakuten becomes za. Zai. Mas. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu.
おはようございます。
Ohayo gozaimasu. So good afternoon is konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. This also just has hiragana. So let's write that. So this is ko ni chi wa. Now this wa, it's sort of a topic marker because I think konnichiwa, asking DeepSeek, konnichiwa I think is an abbreviation of like how are you today, which is like konnichiwa gokiken ikagu desu ka, I think, or how are you today, which was konnichiwa, yeah, gokiken ikagu desu ka. And so here it's a topic marker. So that's the full phrase. Whilst here, it's like an abbreviation of that. And so this still basically acts as a topic marker, I believe. In any case, this is konnichiwa, so our hiragana is matching. So we'll give that a pass, and then we're going to go on to konbanwa. Konbanwa. And this is once again just hiragana. So it's kon, ban. Is that right? Yeah, we just use n twice. And then here we have ha. Like it's the hiragana for ha, but it acts as wa because it's the same story. And then here we have oyasumi nasai. Oyasumi nasai. And this just has hiragana, so it's going to be o. We got to fix the shape here a little bit. O. And this is a full-sized ya. Su. Mi. We'll just put it on a new line, the next word, nasai. Oyasumi nasai. Hai. Oyasumi nasai. Oh, what am I doing? I wrote nasai. So we'll classify that as incorrect because that's just silly. Now, here we have o namai, which means name. Onamai wa. So wa is topic marker stating that the name is the topic of the question of the sentence, and o is like an honorary prefix, I think. So onamai wa nanto. I think nanto just means what. And then we have oshaimasu ka. Oshaimasu ka. And so that's going to be o. And the kanji with the reading of na. So there are 3 kanji. The one for nan is this one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The kanji with the reading of na had this ta thing, and then we had the box, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The kanji with the reading of mai was, I remember that there was this thing, which was like 7, 6. This was like the 7th stroke, that was 8, and then this was 9. So let's backtrack. So this is 9, that's 8. 7, 6, 5, 4. So there are 3 kanji or 3 strokes here. Is it that? I'm going to go with that. So let's write this whole thing kind of in order. O na. I kind of want to zoom in here, so it's going to be onam namai wa. The kanji of the reading of nan is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is nan. To. And then here it's just going to be hiragana. So it's o. Shai. Maska. The real question is this kanji. Of course, we forgot to write our furigana. So this has a reading of, let's zoom in, of na. And this is a reading of my. Please, please, please let this be correct. No. No. Okay, so these are the top 3 strokes. So we'll classify this incorrect just to get that muscle memory. Let's just do those kanji one more time. So it's o, and the kanji with the reading of na, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this has a reading of na. This is a reading of mai, onamai wa nan to nan to, and then we'll just put the oshaimasu ka here. O shai ma ka. Also, there is no question mark, I think, in Japanese. Basically, this ka acts as like a marker to kind of confirm that it's a question. So let's just confirm that. So Japanese doesn't use question mark. Does ka act as a marker denoting the sentence as a question? So if you hear like desu ka or masu ka or whatever, okay, it's called a particle ka. So what is the difference between a particle and a marker? They're often used interchangeably, but a particle is a specific word or bound element that has grammatical function. The function or role that a particle or other element performs. Particle, what it is. Marker is what it does. I see. I think. Can I use them interchangeably? Yes, mostly, but with a small caveat. Keep in mind that, so this is what Pei LMAO just wrote. Keep in mind that the ka will only act as a question marker in formal, correct speech, while in more casual text or a lot of native material, the ka just isn't there and you have to infer from context. Golly, that sounds tough. Thank you so much for pointing that out. So let's just practice this genki, right? There's 2 kanji. So this is where I got mixed up, because of course we've seen this here before, but then, do you remember how when I was writing the kanji, the reading of mai, I did this. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's incorrect because it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But in genki, it is actually those 3 strokes first, and then you just have 4, 5, 6. So let's write that in full. So how are you should be o genki desu. O genki desu. And the o genki. So o is going to be written in hiragana. And then genki is going to be, come on, what was it? It was this here, and then here it was, oh, it was this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next kanji is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so this is kind of funny because normally you'd have something like, oh, this is a reading of gen, and this is a reading of ki, but that's not what's going on here. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, these two kanji have a combined reading of genki. So we just write gen, ki. So this doesn't have a reading on its own in this context, nor does that. Combined, it has the reading of genki. And then we just put desu at the end. Oh, and of course, we're forgetting our question particle, which is ka. So here we just need to write de ka. That makes sense. So here we see that indeed, right? Like these kanji, or these this furigana, it doesn't hover over that kanji, it doesn't hover over that one. It's like centered around the middle of the two kanji. So this is o genki desu ka? And these two kanji combined have a reading of genki. So that's good. I want to give one more example. I think if we go to weather on Lingo command and we look for thermometer or temperature, yeah, here we can see that temperature is ondo, and we have two kanji that combined have a reading of ondo. No, it's definitely I really appreciate you pointing this out because grammar at the moment, I think basically there are a lot of things that I'm weak at, but in particular grammar. And so when you point out stuff like this, that's absolutely fantastic. Because as well, I'm learning Japanese from people on stream and then making adjustments on the app accordingly. So I highly encourage you to, if you're in the mood and you want to, keep pointing out interesting information about Japanese like this. So ondo has two kanji, but the kanji don't have individual readings. Only together is their reading. Don't have individual readings in this context. In the context of the word temperature. For genki, there are also two kanji who combined have a reading in the word, not individually. Is that correct? And what is this concept called? You've made a very sharp observation. You're absolutely correct. And the concept you're looking for is called jukujikun. So let's take a screenshot of this. Maybe I can add a grammar article or something one day on Lingo Command. That'd be kind of cool. There we go. So we can highlight this. And I think just to kind of perhaps end the stream, I'll just do one more round of locations just to cement this bit of knowledge. So we'll apply random ordering. I'm going to handwrite our answers, and we'll just do this. So park in Japanese is koen. Koen. And the kanji for that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That has a reading of ko, and the kanji with the reading of n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This has a reading of ko. That has a reading of en. So we'll submit that. And this is a match, so that's great. Supermarket is super. Clearly this is going to be a loan word, so we're going to write katakana. Pa. Bakery is panya. Panya. And pan means bread in French. And so I think that's why pan here is a loan word, right? Because bakery produces bread. So I think that's sort of what's going on here. Now, this is ha. When you apply dakuten, you get pa. And then this is en. And then I haven't really seen this much before. Basically, we've got katakana and kanji in one word. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I used to always get this wrong, but not today. I hope. So this is a reading of ya for a total of panya. So we're going to submit that. School is gakko. Gakko. And the kanji with the reading of ga have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you, Pei Elmio. Let me finish this one word and then I'll go back to ondo. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 strokes. And then the kanji with the reading of ko, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. So this has a reading of ka. We apply dakuten to get ga, and then we put half size tsu. So this is sokon. Ga, ko. And that just means school, right? So our kanji seems to match, so that's great news. So we can accept that, and we can proceed to the next question. So in Japanese, hotel is just hoteru, and that's clearly a loan word, right? It sounds just like hotel in English, so we're going to write katakana. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think they can't, like the L sound, it doesn't really exist in the Japanese language, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, L and R are pretty similar sounds. So that's kind of used as a substitute. So this is hoteru. But we can clean up this ru. Maybe that's a tad better.
Hotel.
Cool. Cinema is, and I think now might be a good time to take an intermission and try and see these readings. So, onyomi is the Chinese reading. This kanji is reading of on. That is a reading of do. So their individual Japanese readings is atatakai and kurai, warm and degrees. If read individually, you get on and do, ondo. This actually works here, but wait, your point, in the word ondo, the reading is not ondo, but it's a standard compound. The correction, ondo actually does use the individual readings. So this is a regular compound, jukuko, and not a jukuki-kun. But I think you meant that temperature. Does that mean that perhaps you might know this, Pei LMAO, if I could ask? If not, no worries. But are you, so jukuji-kun does not actually apply to the word ondo. Whilst here we have this kanji, which has a reading of gan and moto for onyomi and kunyomi, Chinese and Japanese reading, and it's got origin. I see. So, and then here it's ki or ke or iki. So while Genki almost uses standard readings. The first character shifts from gan to gen. This is a sound change, not a pure jukuji-kun. Jukuji-kun is when two or more kanji combine into one word and the reading applies to the whole compound, not to the individual kanji. You cannot split the reading into first kanji, this sound, second kanji, that sound. So, kyo, today, ashita. So, genki is not a pure juki-jun. It's a standard compound with a sound change. So neither, oh, that's kind of confusing then. Let's write British English. So neither of those words should have the readings above, should have one reading associated to the combination of kanji. So this is a regular compound word. So let's just very quickly confirm this. I'll open Visual Studio Code. That's my code base, or the application that I use to write my code. Just want to implement a quick fix here. So we put ondo. So let's just put this snippet in DeepSeek. So is this wrong? The furigana. Should each kanji just have its own reading? No, the furigana is not wrong. For the word ondo, writing the furigana is perfectly correct and standard, but your instinct that each kanji should have its own reading is correct for many words. Two ways to write furigana. This is the per kanji furigana, most common for regular words. The word level furigana, common for jujuki-ken or simplicity. I implement per kanji readings everywhere. So it's then wrong, right? Okay, so this should be the reading. Let's just spin up a local copy of the website and make this fix now. And that might be also the perfect place to conclude today's stream once this is done. Thank you so much, Pei LMAO, for pointing this out. I really appreciate your help always, like pointing out these kind of mistakes. So if we go to, where was it? Was it weather? And then we want this. Temperature is, so here it's got this Jujuki-kun notation, which is not what we want. What we want is this. Let's refresh. Right, so now this kanji is a reading of on, this has a reading of do. That's way better. So we might have to do the same here. Oh, that would be perfect. Thank you so much. So thermometer is on do ke. Notice this radical here with 7 strokes that it just keeps popping up in kanji. So It's kind of nice because 7 strokes is quite a lot. So if you can just cement that in your brain, it makes it quite convenient. Let's see. Let's put this in DeepSeek as well. How about this? Yeah, that's exactly correct. Each kanji has its own furigana block. Now we just need to go to Genki. Is this wrong? Yes, this is wrong, but only in the context. Yeah, of course. Okay, so what we want is this type of breakdown instead. Sorry if this is not making a lot of sense at the moment. So what we've achieved here as well is for Genki in Ogenki desu and Genki desu, or Ogenki desu ka and Genki desu. If we go to the phrases section, we go to greetings, and then we view hiragana, katakana, and kanji, and we look at how are you. On lingo command at the moment, this has this kind of compound Jujuki-kun reading, which is kind of internally inconsistent. So instead, we'll go to our local copy of the website. And here, this has a reading of gen, that's a reading ki, gen, and ki. So we've made these fixes. And we'll call this fix removing incorrect use of jukuji-kun. And then we'll say git branch, git checkout prod, git merge development. So now in 2 minutes time, yeah, so the good news is I actually only had this like use of Jujuki-ken notation in 2 places, which was for Ondo and for Genki. I don't think it's anywhere else in the code base. And so fortunately, that was the only 2 places where we need to check for this fix. So that should be implemented and available on the website in about 2 minutes. Now, I think this might be the perfect place to conclude today's stream, but I'd like to thank everyone so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. If you want to support the channel, this would also support me in continuing to develop lingocommand.com. That's the website that we've been using today. It comes with an accompanying iOS app, which is basically the exact same functionality, but on an iPhone, or it's also available on iPad. But yeah, in any case, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next live stream. Take care. Bye-bye.